Look, I made a really dumb mistake back in 2018 that cost me $4,500 and I don't want you to repeat the same. Let me tell you what happened. I had this crazy app idea and was really excited to build it, but there was a problem. I didn't know how to code. So I got in touch with a freelance developer, explained him everything and even paid him upfront. Everything was looking good. I couldn't wait to see the final outcome. Then he just vanished, ghosted me, and all my savings were gone. But to be honest, the money wasn't even the worst part. What really broke me was realizing how helpless I was. My idea died before it could even take shape. And I know you felt that too. At some point, you have an idea stuck in your head, but you just can't bring it to life. But then something satisfying happened around February 2025. Andre Karpati, one of the founding members of OpenAI, tweeted about something called vibe coding. He said that the hottest new programming language is English. You just tell the AI what you want to build and forget that code even exists. And that changed everything, because now you don't need to learn how to code. This SaaS tool you see right here, I built it all by myself in a single weekend. I'm not a technical person and I still can't code, but that's the thing. It doesn't matter anymore. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to go from an idea to a fully functional app without writing a single line of code. This is your complete step-by-step guide to vibe coding. The only video you'll ever need to master it. By the end of it, you'll learn everything you need to build literally any idea you have, and all along with vibes. So grab a cup of coffee, get all distractions out of the way, and just focus here for the next couple of minutes. Alright, I know you're excited to start building, but if we jump straight into the tools without understanding the basics, it's going to be an absolute disaster. You'll get confused, frustrated, and end up quitting. Here's the easiest way to understand how web apps work. Think of it like a restaurant. Front end is the dining area. It's what you see when you walk in. The tables, the menu, the decor. It's everything the customer interacts with. In a web app, this is the buttons, the colors, the layout, basically the pretty stuff you tap and scroll through. And look, looks do matter. Those who say they don't are back-end developers. Back-end is the kitchen. You never see it, but that's where all the real work happens. The chef is cooking, orders are being processed, and inventory is being tracked. In a web app, this is all the logic and processing that happens behind the scenes. When you click place order, something has to actually process that order. That's the back-end. The unsung heroes who do most of the work but no one sees them, just like the unpaid intern in any company. API is the waiter. The waiter takes your order from the dining area to the kitchen, then brings the food back to you. The waiter is the messenger, the connection between what you see and what happens behind the scenes. In a web app, when your front end needs something from the back end, the API carries that request back and forth. Basically, what you become when two of your friends are fighting and you have to act as the middleman. Database is the pantry, where all the ingredients are stored. The restaurant needs to remember what's in stock, what recipes exist, who ordered what. In the web app, this is where all the data lives. Your profile, posts, order history, everything gets stored in the database. It's basically like that one guy we all know who has a room like a library full of books but never bothers to read them, just collects it just in case. Hosting is the restaurant building itself, the actual physical location where the restaurant exists. You need an address so people can find you. In a web app, hosting is where your web app lives on the internet. Without it, no one can access it. Now let's do a quick recap of what all we covered. Front end, what users see. Back end, what happens behind the scenes. API, the messenger between them. Database, where data is stored. Hosting, where your app lives online. The good news is you don't need to memorize all of this stuff. Alright folks, we are inside Replit and the PRD has been generated for us with ChatGPT. We told it our idea, got the PRD for what we're looking for, and over here I'm just going to copy paste it and we are all set to go. Just hit start and let Replit do its magic. Okay, as you can see, the workspace is loading. On the right hand side is where you'll see your web app preview, how it looks, and you can interact with it. On the left side, you can see the thinking part, how Replit is thinking, whatever steps it's taking. It's actually working like a developer would in real life. We can also make changes. If you think, I don't like this particular particular UI. You can change the UI, ask it to add certain widgets or features that you like. So here I haven't just asked it to create the UI. We're also adding a user login and sign up form. So when users come in, they can log in and sign up easily with their email and password, where they can add their own resolutions. And all of that information we're going to store in the database. And finally, when we're all set, we're even going to publish it, make it live so anyone on the internet can access it. All of that can be done in Replit. Now see this over here? This is the free usage limit. You get daily agent credits. The agent is basically Replit's AI that understands all of this and does all the complex coding work for you. As you can see, 31% is already used. Now it's 51%. That's why I said you cannot build something very complex with the free plan, because it will use up all the credits. That's why we asked it to keep everything lightweight. We're building an MVP. We don't need to get into complexities. But even though it doesn't look complex, it actually is quite heavy. We're adding a full gamified pixel style UI. On top of that, user login and sign up, storing all that info into a database. If you look at it, that's literally a full stack web app. And we haven't written a single line of code. I just gave it my simple idea, created a PRD using ChatGPT, and copy pasted it into Replit. And Replit is doing all the coding work for me. Go to any vibe coding platform of your choice and start building any idea that's on top of your mind. Start small, it doesn't have to be perfect. And when you get stuck, come back to this video and watch the particular section again. That's how you actually learn this stuff. Not by watching once, but by doing it over and over until it clicks. Stop waiting for the right time, because it's right now. And we've just scratched the surface of vibe coding. There's so much more. Payment gateways, user authentication, and more. If you want a video on that, drop a comment below and I'll make it happen.